different in the sense that I have not thought about Aerodactyl at all. Usually I think a little bit about Arrow, or you know, I'm usually building around a Pokemon I've considered. I wasn't planning on doing Mega Arrow for a while. It was on my list, but what really changed things is the tournament. The winner, Cravian, wanted, I think it was, yeah, it was Cravian, wanted to see Mega Aerodactyl in Nat deck. So I do have some thoughts about Mega Arrow, though, and I'm excited to get into that. So now that I know, let me just make sure we're live here. Okay, and as always, let me know if you can hear me all right. And all that. Make sure, I'm just going to make sure, let's see. Okay, good. We're getting started. It always shows me an ad at first. That's kind of annoying, but I guess it makes sense. If someone's waiting for the stream, they're going to watch an ad, so that makes some sense. But yeah, let me know how audio is. I have music. It sounds a little quiet to me, frankly. So yeah, let me know. Let me know if it's too quiet. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about Mega Arrow. So I feel like the best ability beforehand has got to be Pressure, because it doesn't get Head Smash, right? Yeah, so I think it's got to be Pressure, and then you turn into Tough Claws, obviously. And Tough Claws is an amazing ability, giving a 1.3 times boost to any contact moves, which, Arrow's got a few that are worth mentioning. So let's talk about Arrow and some potential moves. So, because as I said, I've really not looked into this Pokemon hardly at all. So let's just say required moves and possible moves. Because yeah, you are basically watching currently my first reaction to Mega Arrow's move pool. I'm obviously aware of things just because I've been playing Pokemon for a long time. Like, I know it has Dragon Dance and stuff, and whatever, but I don't really know. I don't know a lot about it. Someone says, not to be hating, but this is 100% flopping. Some people say sounds good. Some people say can't hear anything. Interesting. Or can't hear the music, at least. Apparently, Natdeck's ladder's deflated today. Says Trishla. Wow, it is deflated. Where am I? I forget. Oh, I just see us. Yeah. So we're there. Yeah, maybe if no, we're not going to get rank 1, but we can get pretty high up. This is interesting. Ladder is super deflated. But we're going to do Marrow today. So let's talk a bit about this Pokemon. Let's start with the moves you've got to run. I'd say required, Stone Edge, absolutely required. I feel like if you've got a Mega Arrow without Stone Edge, that's just a terrible Pokemon right there. Somebody says, was it absolutely necessary for you to schedule the stream for midnight? So, Hora Fantastica, time zones are a thing. For me, it's not midnight. For me, it's 7 p.m. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. I feel like, honestly, Stone Edge is low-key the only required move. I feel like then to go over some possible ones, I think Fire Fang is, I think, the only fire move that Aerodactyl's really, yeah, other than on the special side, which is terrible. Marrow's special attack is, I guess usable, but Fire Fang is definitely going to be better. So let's say Fire Fang. I think Dual Wing Beat is a really strong option. I'd say Earthquake is a very real option. Pursuit, for sure. Stealth Rock is another one. Dragon Dance, absolutely. Probably not Aqua Tail. Does it get Ice Fang? If it gets that, Ice Fang, I think you gotta consider that too. Correct. Stone Edge is not Tough Claws boosted. Interesting recommendation to use it on sand. Ideas. Use it on sand. Yeah, that could be good. The Spadef boost, I don't know how helpful that is, but Maybe it's something. I mean, this bulk is not actually bad on Mega Arrow. The main attraction definitely is the speed, though. Yeah, someone noticing how weak Arrow is to priority. Yeah, it's super weak. Now, it resists, Lopunny fake out, which is nice, but that's about it. Other than that, it's weak to, well, and it resists extreme speed, too. Other than that, it's weak to just about everything. Let's see. We got some other likely moves from Trishula, which I would agree with. I would agree with Taunt and Roost being valid considerations. Trishula saying that Mega Arrow. What set of Mega Arrow would you run on Hyper Offense? That doesn't sound reasonable. I'm not putting, no. This thing gets DD. I'm not going to run Hone Claws on it. I think Hone Claws is bad. Even with Stone Edge, I get it, but I don't think you can. If you're going to run Hone Claws, just don't run a setup move. Run DD or don't run a setup move. Rock Polish is dumb. We don't need that. And then Toxic. I think you've always got to really consider Toxic a viable move. So personally, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we go with a Rock set. And the reason I want to go with Rocks is, well, let's talk about the Pokemon that our Mega Arrow was walled by. Because that'll be pretty relevant to this discussion. Also, let me know, is music, can you hear the music? Tell me in chat if you can hear the music. Something else I want to know. Let me check this. Mega Arrow. Let's check like a Corviknight and see how much we're doing with Fire Fang. Okay, honestly, that's more than I thought. To a max defense Corviknight to be doing like 36, I thought it would do like 30 tops. So hold up. Maybe we do pack a DD set on this. Like that. Look at that. Wow. That's kind of wild, honestly. So yeah, but no, like as much as the DD set seems cool, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it'll be good. Let's check Dual Wing Beat against like a Gliscor. That is not great. Wow, that's +1 too. Oh my god, that's Spadaf Gly. So we're never getting past a Gliscor basically. Let's check Ice Fang damage. That's horrifying how little that does. That's a Spadaf score. Ugh. Are we killing like an offensive Garchomp lead? Yeah, okay, we're definitely killing an offensive Garchomp lead. Okay, music's quiet. All right, let's turn it up. Hopefully that's a little better. Magnezone has to be on this team. No, Magnezone is garbage, and I refuse. How much are we doing to a Scizor? That's quite a bit, honestly. If it's just an attack invested one, it's got a good chance to die on switch in. That's good. No, but that is adamant. I don't think we can afford it. Well, hold on. Well, no, realistically, we want to go Jolly. We want to be outspeeding Zamazenta. So anyway, let's just get down the things it's walled by. So there's Alomomola. I don't think sweeping is inconsistent. DD Marrow seems super inconsistent, which I think that's the real problem. I don't want to be running this Pokemon. I don't think it's well suited to hyper offense. I want to run this Pokemon more on like balance offense, kind of as speed control. I don't see us running a DD set effectively. So Corviknight. And we're talking regardless of coverage here. Well, I guess we can put Gliscor and Chomp if no Ice Fang. I guess Treads if no Fire, Fang, or EQ. Kingambit if no Fire, Fang, or EQ. So yeah, what I'm trying to do right now is just put together a list of all the things that I think Aerodactyl is going to get walled by to help me decide on moves and help me decide if this thing is decide how consistent this thing is, because how consistent a Pokemon is a very relevant detail for the archetype you put it on. Yeah, you know, the other thing about Marrow, it really can't hit a move. Like, it seriously is so reliant on 90, 80 accuracy moves, which I hate. I really do hate that. But, like, Hone Claws doesn't fix that, because how often are you really going to get a chance to hone? I think it gets Roost. Yeah, it gets Roost. Yeah, like, how often are you realistically going to get the chance to Hone Claws? Even with the Hone Claws set, you got to just, like, click and attack a lot of the time. You know? Okay. Melmetal if no Fire Fang or EQ. Scizor. Mega Sizz if no Fire Fang. God, what is with my typing today? That looks like about it. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So I feel like I really want to run Dual Wing Beat just because that's its strongest general attack. Like, let's check. Does that kill a Lele if we run Dual Wing Beat? No, so it doesn't. That's pretty disappointing. Here's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Just a general fast offensive Pokemon that can set rocks. Because, look, these Pokemon, this is a big list. Like, we can get rid of this because we kind of have Fire Fang. But, like, Olo, Corv, Gliscor, and Chomp just walling forever. You know, I don't know. I feel like that's just too many Pokemon to really effectively make an effort to wall down, to chip down. And if we face a team with those, I want to be able to... Because there's no move that's going to cover all of these. And these are common Pokemon. Now, I'm not saying this is a Rock lead, but I think Rocks is going to be the most consistent set. Now, let's decide on speed tiers here. So, let's take a look at our speed tiers in OU. So it looks like fastest is Zama, which I was pretty sure, but I forget the Nactex speed tiers sometimes. So let's see, 412, so we want to outspeed that. So that's going to be, okay, 413. Good, we can pretty comfortably hit that. And that allows us to run max attack, and a good helping of HP there also gets us in that odd zone, which we like. I want to check how much we're taking from like a Mega Scizor or Bullet Punch. Say Adamax. Okay, so that's taking a lot, but we have how much HP? 96 HP. 96. That puts us, I wonder if we can go like a little bit of defense and get out of the range where we die. Yeah, so if we run 12 HP, no, that puts us in the even range, so we want to go up one more. Yeah, okay, that works. So if we run 80 HP and 16 defense, we guaranteed live an Adam and Adamax, Mega Scizor, or Bullet Punch, which could be worth it. So I think we put that in there. Normally I don't do specific EVing like that, but I've just seen so many Mega Scizors, and I feel like having to stay in on a Sizz or live something from a Sizz and hit it with a Fire Fang is not necessarily an unlikely possibility. How much damage does dual wing beat do to Pex? Oh, you're right, Pex walls too. Yeah, it's not nearly enough, I'm sure. Yeah, like we're not adamant even. We're jolly. So that's doing like less than half to a Spadef Pex. So yeah, Toxapex is walling us as well for sure. And then Fizdef Gold as well. This chat says, we just get cooked by booster speed Ival. Guys, it's a one-mon team. Actually, and somebody said I might be slower than Landorus with a choice Scarf. That's a good point. Can we outspeed Scarf Landorus? I don't know if that's possible. Oh, wait, that's +1 Scarf Landorus. No, even at absolute max speed, we're not outspeeding Scarf Landorus. We can outspeed if we invest max like Adamant Lando, but no, you're gonna get outsped by Rockers. This also assumes rocks are not up. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's guaranteed progress once against a bunch of walls that come in. At least it gets you something. So I would agree that looking at the Pokemon, looking at the Pokemon we have, I would agree that spikes look very good for Aerodactyl. In particular, looking at this list, I like the idea of Atrot. I like the idea of Atrot. Honestly, just because I think it's probably the best spikes that are out. Well, there's Pharaoh. Spikes look good, and Arrow sets rocks. So that's good synergy there. Spike setters, I say Pharaoh and Atrot are the big ones. Someone says, any consideration for Life Orb Nidoking? I really would like to build Nidoking in Nat Dex at some point. It seems like a super cool Pokemon. Is this the team for it? Probably not, but maybe. Tell you what, I'll quickly write that down though. We get Nidoking on my my little calendar here. Okay, it's written down. So yeah, I mean, are there any other good spike setters that I'm not considering? I guess there's Claude, but I feel like Claude's kind of a Stallmon, isn't it? I guess we can consider Gliscor, but I feel like when Atrot exists in such an offensive metagame, it's kind of weird. I feel like it's got to be Pharaoh, Atrot, or Tinglu. Right, Tinglu. I forgot about that. Tinglu definitely deserves. Yeah, I guess we can put Gliscor on there. Yeah, it is one of the best Mons in the tier. That's true, but I don't know if it's one of the best spike setters in the tier. You know, there is a difference. Gliscor is also just kind of passive about the way it sets spikes, whereas something like Pharaoh Atrot can annoy the opponents a little more. I guess we could go Garchomp too, but like, I mean, let's get. It doesn't hurt to get our options down. So what Arrow's providing to our team is speed. That's pretty much it. But that is valuable. That is indeed valuable. I think we can also switch in and deal with Volcarona pretty well, which is kind of cool. Let's see. I mean, what is it doing? Sure, like what is it running? Like a Z move? I mean, this is... +1 Psychium Z, probably the strongest thing a Volcarona can do. And that is killing, of course. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess Wellspring, we can put that down too. Obviously, we can't do Mega Diancie. So this gives us our real ones. And I feel like I don't really like the look of these other ones. It's cool that Mega Heracross can do that, but it's probably not the man for the job here. It's tough to pick which spike setter we want here. Maybe we don't decide a spike setter yet. Let's do what I always tell my all my clients to do and start by just developing an offensive core. Now that may involve hazard stack. I could see that involving hazard stack, but let's focus on developing an offensive core first. Although I do think gold plus Lou potentially could be good. I kind of like that idea. They work, I think, pretty well with Mega Arrow's weaknesses. Not all of them, but yeah, like having a hazard core that can keep hazards up would be pretty cool here. We also want removal of our own. Anyway, though, let's think about Mega Aerodactyl offensively. Because even when hazards are up, and when rocks are up, we've got to have something that Arrow's paired with that can deal well with these Pokemon. Because this is what Arrow's going to be walled by. I'm just going to repaste it here. We need something that can come in and bully these Pokemon. So what is that? We could go, so I heard someone say Kyurem. And I think Kyurem's not a bad idea, but I think if we went Kyurem, we'd have to abandon the spikes idea. Trying to do hazards and... yeah, trying to do hazards, like, and Mega Arrow and Kyurem, two Rock League Pokemon, is a little ambitious. So if we went Kyurem, I'd want to run a Defogger. And yeah, that would make spikes bad. So if we go Kyurem, that means we abandon the spikes plan. Feel free to tell me your ideas in chat for what you think is good against all these guys. Someone asked why I don't play tourneys. I hate scheduling. Mostly that. I hate scheduling. I hate having to build a ton of teams. I don't want to use stall, but to be a top level tour player, you have to use stall sometimes. But I actually am doing a tournament. I was accepted an invitation to an Uber's UU tournament. So if you guys want to see me play in a tour, you will get that chance soon. So let's see, Kyurem. Some recommendations for Bolt, which I kind of get. Wellspring kind of looks cool as well. I could see Wellspring being fun, especially, maybe it doesn't fit, but a sub SD set could be interesting. We got a recommendation for Zeraora, but that's getting walled by these two. Zeraora cannot touch Gliscor very well. Dr. Bognor with Tail Glow Zerk with HP Ice. I mean, that breaks everything, yeah, but I don't, you know, I don't know if that's really the path we want to go here. How about Sub Kyurem? Is Sub Kyurem any good in this tier? Let's check. National Dex. Kyurem. Oh no, that's format. Let me find a Pokemon. Kyurem. Still getting used to Munch stats. Let's see what it does. HDB. Wow, Lefty's only at 10, which is, although I guess subsets HDB is like sub Roost EP, that kind of thing. Okay. A lot of Timid. And then let's see what the moves are. Freeze Dry, EP Draco. Okay. Okay. I feel like a sub-roost HDB set could be pretty effective here. Maybe actually, if we go HDB Kyurem, it would be fine to keep the hazard stack plan going as well. Let's try that, because I've honestly had it with facing teams that are like, or I've had it with losing to Gliscor. I can't keep doing it. I agree with Timid. I don't think we need to go max. I think just enough to outspeed Landorus is fine. Well, how much is Gliscor? But like nobody's running a max speed Gliscor in this tier, right? Surely nobody. But I'm gonna run into the one. Let's actually, do we tie Gliscor? We do. Well, it's not worth it then. Let's just hit the 310. And actually, well, because we want to be able to, how much speed do we need on this for? It's 52, I believe, to guarantee we live a seismic toss. I feel like that's worth it. And we can go rest and special attack. Maybe the speed's a little much. Maybe we can let it go, but I feel like outspeeding Landorus feels crucial. I think we rock with the Kyurem. I think this will be a good starting core, and that also allows us to continue our hazard stack plan, which I think is nice here. Yeah. Okay. So we want removal of our own, we want hazards, and then we've got to kind of clean up the team. I think we'll still need priority, especially that we're given more of a balanced structure. We'll need priority of some kind, and we won't get it from a Mega, which is a big source of priority. So that leaves us with some options. Oh, speed tying Lele, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're probably, but that's so much out of special attack. Do we just give up on the Blissey thing? I guess we're realistically like not going to beat Stall with this anyway, so let's maybe just forget about that. We've got, yeah, we're gonna need a different way to beat Stall, which that's probably where the hazard stack angle comes in. But if we want to beat Stall, we'll need hazards that can a Mega Arrow ever get past a Sableye, like a Mega Sableye? That's not Mega. I mean, that's not terrible. Yeah, I feel like we can PP stall those recovers eventually and get some rocks up. Okay, so Kyurem plus Pursuit Gambit, that could probably be a pretty solid breaking core too. Breaking cores. H-stack route, Kyurem plus Pursuit Gambit route. The thing is, I just don't know how effective hazard stack really is. I haven't had a great experience with it. I could see Mola Gambit being good here. Mola Pharaoh could look good here. Because we'll need... Mega Arrow can switch in once to Zard Y, which is kind of cool, I guess. Yeah. Why aren't we considering Bolt? Because Gliscor's on the... Yeah, Lauren, I see the comments. I see what you're saying. I've just been fed up with listening to you. Anyway, let's see here. This is tough. Mega Arrow gives us the speed, but we need more. Maybe Atron plus Hazard Stack is enough. I do think Samurott, we definitely need after this a really good fairy resist, but and fighting resist. We're stacking quite a bit of weaknesses with our initial core, but that's okay. It's a breaking core. Let's see. Yeah, let's try this. You know what else could be interesting is that, and this might be with Curum or instead of Curum, but this this Steelium Z Gold, this set, seems pretty sick. Helps with stall too, gives us... Actually, I think I like this core. This seems like a good starter. Let's look at this. So yeah, we still want our removal. And it can't be defog, so it's got to be rapid spin. So, rapid spin roots, let's talk that. Rapid spinners, I feel like at this point we go Tusk or we go Sand plus Excadrill. Are there any good sand? Like, is Hippo any good in this tier? I feel like it switches in on Zard Y, which is kind of cool. Switches. Honestly, Hippo does not look bad. I mean, it's completely invalidated by Gliscor. But Hippo does not look bad. We can make two different versions. So let's suppose, now I don't think this will be the version that ends up doing things. Because it's, I mean, you know, sand is not great. It's not known for being great as it shouldn't. But let's say we did go like this. What do we lose to? We lose to... Let's make a list here. Low-key Mola. All of Mola's really rough. We definitely have to fix that in the last slot. Assuming Whirlwind Hippo. I'll type it out. Not everyone knows what that means. Yeah, I feel like I'd rather run Hippo in Natdex than T-Tar, though. I think it fits this team better. I think this team more appreciates a wall than like another T-Tar. I just, you know, T-Tar's got so many weaknesses. Hippo's much better defensively in that regard. Hippo absolutely is living a Solar Beam. You're off your rocker if you don't think it will. Charizard, Mega, Y. Check this out, right? Hippo. Let's get our boy in here. Yeah, it's 60 base power in Sand. And that's a defensive sets. But F is taking a grand total of 38. Yeah, we're losing to Ogre for sure. Water types, really. Feeny, that kind of thing. Oh, that's really rough. Maybe on this team, Pharaoh over Atrot would be better. Because it's looking like, but we'll see. We'll see. Water types. Let's quickly go through the water types in the tier and see how many of those we lose to. We lose to Atrot, Feeny, Atrot, Shifu. Oh, we lose to all the water types, yeah. Toxapex, sure, yeah. That's not good. Okay. Bognor recommending saving Z move and putting Metal Coat on Gold instead. I feel like we need the power of Z, or at least I want the power of Z, but you're probably right. Especially with an Excadrill, we probably want to go Metal Coat on Gold and Steelium on Excadrill. Yeah, you're probably right there. On this team, I think that's better. What else are we losing to? Gliscor is pretty tough. Looks like this team badly wants a Pharaoh. Grass types. Honestly. Yeah, this team like so badly needs a Pharaoh. Kinda can Gambit, honestly. Lopunny, frankly. Not Coco, we got that down. Mega Scizor, yeah. Lauren, the reason I didn't add Raging Bolt to the list is because it doesn't deal with Gliscor, which is a key component and one of the most used Pokemon in the tier. Recommendation for Wellspring? Yeah, so I'd say on this, Wellspring is a possibility, like Spike's Wellspring. And Pharaoh is another very real possibility. Does this get any, like, other wacky moves I could see? I guess we go Z-Rock. That could be kind of cool. Imagine Z-Normal. Like, we could go Z-Normal, Giga Impact. That could be kind of fun. But with gold, I feel like we don't really need that. Let's take a look at the Pharaoh version. What do we lose to now? So, okay, let's see. No more losing this. So we really still have issues with... We don't have issues with Aloe. Not really issues with Ogre anymore. I think we still have issues with Waterfoo. Still have issues with Lopunny for sure. Yeah, we might have to go Zamazenta to Scary, for sure. Because we kind of have gold, but like, you know, Crunch can do pretty well if we're running an offensive gold, so we might want to go defensive gold. Probably the move here, honestly. Garchomp, kind of a problem. SD Garchomp specifically, but honestly in general. Great Tusk. Yeah, just like Arrow being our only thing with grounds is pretty tough. So our last Pokemon here looks like a Molt would make a ton of sense. I don't think I see anything better suited for the job. The main concern would be that that doesn't really help with the chomp issue. But it helps with basically everything, because King Gambit's still an issue too. Yeah, I think this would probably be our... I think we'd be living our best life with these 6 if we went sand. I think that leaves us in a pretty good spot. Is G-Weezing not an option at all? Asked Dr. Bognor. Like, for what? I don't really see what a G-Weezing would do for us. Doesn't seem particularly good. Yeah, so Hovercat mentioning that Ogre beats Pharaoh. I'm aware of SD Superpower. The difference there is we have something that just switches in to Ivy Cudgel. Having an entire team that gets Ivy Cudgeled for free and another one that you have to SD Superpower to kill, huge difference, you know? Oh, Fizdef, yeah, but G-Weezing's, oh, you mean for that last team? No. G-Weezing's absolutely not an option for that. No, you'd be getting cooked by King Gambit, you'd be getting smoked by Scizor. Just having Wisp, not nearly enough to deal with physical Pokemon. You've got to be, you know, outspeed and not just straight up die to them as well. Now, I guess Levitate G-Weezing could be kind of good here because it handles Chomp, Tusk, and stuff, but no, no, it's not a terrible idea. But for the King Gambit and Scizor. It's not a terrible idea, but it's just not with the Gambit and Scizor. So let's see. If we were to go with this version, let's make a separate we lose to list. We can copy these down because these are probably going to be the same. Let's see. Are there any of these we don't lose? I'd say we can maybe take off the Tusk. No, not really. I don't really want to take off the Tusk. I'd say this is still a pretty good list. Let's see if there's anything else that we lose. I guess Wellspring, we can kind of add that back. Yeah, that other team does have a lot of water weaknesses. You're definitely right about that. Is there another way? Put King Gambit on the list twice. Maybe it deserves it. No, but thank you. You know, like maybe Slowbro here. But then King Gambit becomes the thing. Like, King Gambit's just so threatening if we put on a Bro. Sandrush. Yeah, let's see if there are any other... I think it's just still Excadrill, but... Oh, that's true. You know what? I'm forgetting about Dracozolt. I kind of forgot they were real... They're like Dracozolt. No, but Gliscor exists, so Dracozolt is not a real Pokemon. Fizdef Zapdos is not really doing much against a King Gambit, I'm afraid. Zamazenta as a recommendation is not bad. It's not bad. Doesn't deal with Scizor, though. So Somebody says Lele deals with almost every mon. Yeah, key being almost, though. Weather Ball. Yeah, we have got a Hippo. That switches into Weather Ball Zardwai really easily. Yeah, no, Earthworm is not the move here. It's not going to help. I do like the idea of Lele here. It kind of does. If we go like a Scarf HP Fire set, I think it actually kind of does what we need. We're left kind of without a Lopunny switch in though, so we need to... No, I mean, I guess Lele can switch into CC. It leaves us in a precarious situation against Lopunny, but we do have a lot that can outspeed it. Oh yeah, like the stream. Forgot to tell people that. Okay, so we'll call this Sand 1, or Sand... We'll call this Sand 2. And we'll call this Sand 1. Which might be too weak to water. They honestly both might be. But I guess this is a more offensive sand. This is a bit of a bulkier sand. And then let's take a look at this version. And this is the no sand version. So on this, I think we go Great Tusk. Whoops. And then let's make a We Lose 2 list. And it's going to have a lot of the same Pokemon as before. It's going to have an Alomomola. It's going to have a Zardwai. It's going to have a Diancie. Uh-oh. We got down 0-2 in chat. Diancie, what else are we losing to? Garchomp? Yeah. Ground types in general, really. Dragonite, yeah, I'll say we're losing a Dragonite. I can agree with that. Bognor saying, I'm so stressed about the move tomorrow that I can't sleep so I can finally catch an AtDeck stream. That's kind of funny. I hope you're, hope you feel a little better. And hopefully the stream is helping you de-stress a little bit. I'm in the middle of finals season at school, so I should be stressed. I'm honestly feeling okay, but I definitely understand the pressure. It's not so much that I'm stressed, just that I know I'm going to have to study a lot, and it'll be kind of an unpleasant next few days. I was kind of just scrolling. Okay, let's lock back in. Gliscor, kinda. Not a super big issue, but you know, something to keep an eye on. Did we remember Gliscor with the other teams? Do these teams handle Gliscor? Yeah, I'd say they handle it well enough. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Heatran, no, I think we're okay there. Ival, Ival. We got a gold Ival, kinda, I'll say. Fairy types in general, I think, are pretty scary. We definitely need to get ready against that. I don't think we really so much have an issue with Kingambit anymore. Tangrowth? I don't know about that. I don't think that's the move. Lopunny still, yep. Lopunny for sure. Raging Bolt looks pretty bad. Roaring Moon looks pretty bad. Yeah, Mega Scissor's tough. Aatrot's tough. Kind of handle Lele, I guess. Best set for the Gliscor mirror? Fast SD for sure. Or maybe like Max FizzDef SD. One of the two. It's definitely SD. Lose to Tapu Koko, that's true, yep. Koko, Urshi. This is quite the list. Zamazenta, kinda. And Zapdos. Okay, so I feel like we need a Mola. Because Mola deals with like everything. So Mola's going to pretty well get rid of our weakness to Gliscor, D-Knight, and Lopunny, and Aatrot, and Urshi, and Zama. And honestly, kind of Roaring Moon as well. So if we went Mola, then the last would probably be... How much is Aerodactyl taking from Diancie? I mean, it's living. It's not great, though. Anything that can deal with all these? There's also Terapagos, which I didn't consider. Probably should have considered. Terapagos is a real Pokemon for sure. I guess we should get that down as well. Goldengo, Terapagos, and potentially a different setter, but maybe the same as well. Could maybe look into that later. Is there anything that can finish it out? I don't think there is. I mean, look, if you're building multiple versions of a Nat-Dex balance team and Alomomola never appears, you're being foolish. Thank you very much for reminding me to do that. Dare we open it? No. Can anything handle these? I don't think so. Probably best thing would be like a Z Fire Glowking, I guess. So, okay, and we'll just call this V3. Let's take a vote. I've got what I think in mind, but I want to see what you guys think. And here are the teams. I'll leave this up for a bit so you guys can look, and then we'll maybe we can try developing the Terapagos version. Terapagos definitely could help with a lot of our problems, though. All right, let's check in on the votes. Nobody thinks Sand 1 is best. Looks like it's between V3 and Sand 2. Looks like Sand 2 narrowly pulling ahead. Yeah, I wanna try this though a little bit. Like which spike setter we'd go with here. And then which because we need a ground type too. Maybe this would be a good time for the Lou. I feel like that would give us, that would be helpful as a special wall here. Yeah, and I feel Mola does work well with these guys. Actually, potentially Pharaoh could be good on this as well instead of Lou. I think these two could be worth developing. These look kind of cool. Because, yeah, Mola does work very well with Terapagos because of restoring Terra Shell. And it kind of gets a nice hazard stat core. And it can also run Flamethrower for Scizor and King Gambit, which is really nice for dealing with those in the end game too. So this actually looks really cool. But okay, I'll end the poll. Sand 2 is the clear winner. So I want to try, we'll give Sand 2 a try. And if Terapagos, if Sand 2 is not working well, I want to try developing these Terapagos versions. Because I always forget about that just because I'm so not used to, yeah, numbers are looking great, guys. Thank you. Like the stream. Let's make this NatDex stream the most viewed NatDex stream. We got the record recently on streams with, we got like over 300, it was like 330 something viewers on a Saturday, which was incredible. Never thought that would happen, honestly. So really, really awesome to see that. So with this gold, I dare say, I think we've got to go with a defensive set. I think we're going to go with the defensive air balloon set and go Thunderwave, Hex, Focus Blast, Recover. And I know it's strange. Let's outspeed the Jolly Gambit. I know it's strange, but I feel like we need it on this team. We'll transition to an offensive set if it's necessary. But I think just given this team's going to have like no physical wall, we kind of need to do this to our gold. So this is going to be... Actually, this thing doesn't get spikes, does it? No, it doesn't get spikes. Then we can go... Well, this is kind of weird then. This is a little awkward, isn't it? Oh, because we're going to run spikes on this. Ivy Cudgel, and what do we go? Power Whip, Knockoff. I think we don't actually have a knockoff Pokemon, so we kind of have to go knock on this. Although things don't run boots as often in that deck, so I don't think it's as big of a deal. EQ Ironhead, I think that's pretty simple. Let's go Adamant because I'm greedy like that. Hippo's awkward because I don't have to run rocks on it. We could go double rock. We could just let Mega Arrow run. Not run. Let's try it. Let's try DD and we'll go rocks on Hippo. And we'll go EQ or slack off, right? And then Whirlwind. And we'll give it a go. We may end up switching back to rocks on Pharaoh and going something else on Hippo, but you know, I want to give this a go. And see, maybe it'll be better than I expect. Just because we kind of have a free slot. I mean, probably better just run Ice Fang, though, eh? If we're being so real. Probably Ice Fang. If I find myself wanting DD, I'll remember this moment. No, Hippos, we're going to go Special Hippo on this team. We need it for a lot of things. Psy Shock, Psychic, Moonblast, Hidden Power Fight. Well, we probably want Focus Blast. Let's drop it for Psy Shock. I feel like that's not super important. We'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words there. Sand Stream, Sand Rush, Water Absorb, good as gold. Okay. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. pressure, good as gold. Okay. Who are we facing? This person is 17. Okay, so I'm kind of glad already that I ran Ice Fang. I feel like I've seen this whack team before. This rings a bell. It really does. I want to honestly just lead with Wellspring. Actually, no, is Lele better? Wellspring looks good into a lot of this team. And you never switch in your hat. So I think getting up Wellspring and just trying to get up a spike immediately is a good move here. Yeah, okay, as I suspected. So we can just U-turn here, probably into gold. I feel like that ought to work pretty well. Okay, and we get EP'd, which is great. And I'm thinking we just Thunderwave this. Okay, we get Hydro. Okay, we miss it. That's kind of annoying. Probably a good time to get in Hippo. We can see what this set is. Okay, Life Orb, interesting, but we tank that pretty well. How important is Hippo in this game? Because I don't, realistically, we're not going to live a Blaziken hit anyway. I think we just get up rocks. Okay, good Hatterene. Probably should have seen that one coming. Let's EQ once. Yeah, and then I'm going to go for rocks again. Oh, wow, you just said I'm staying in. Okay, I respect that. But, yeah. Okay, wow, Blaziken is super weird there. Let's EQ. Not even a Z move is killing there. Okay, I'm clicking rocks. Okay, it's going to miss the Toxic. Beautiful. Can't complain about that. Let's bring in gold here on this Toxic, and let's just start clicking Hex. Okay, we're going to get U-turned on. Fair enough. I think we just always bring in Hippo here. Should be able to wall this. Elo Draco would have a 62% chance to kill here, so I think I'm going to go into Lele. That can take a Dark Pulse. Not great, but it'll take it. And yeah, Moonblast looks pretty free here. Aegislash, not going to love taking those hazards. Did okay, though, with the leftovers. Probably we just bring in the Wellspring. It'll live anything. Okay, that's fine. How much is U-turn doing to this? Good, really good chunk. Let's go for that, and probably just bring in Lele again. Okay, and we're gonna die. That's fine, because we can go back into this Wellspring. And this time, let's just click Cudgel. Yeah. Okay, Venu's gonna come in. That's okay. I'm just gonna U-turn. We can go into gold here. If you click Earth Power, you're gonna take a ton of damage. And I'm going to just go for that. That's totally fine. We can Hex here. Not a problem. Okay, cool. I am worried about the Blaziken. I think we have to stay in, and I think T-Wave is the move. Okay, we're going to die. So be it. I fear if this thing Z's, I just lose here. Yeah, that's the thing. This team does not have an answer for Blaziken. This was kind of what I was worried about with the priority situation. Can Arrow live a CC? Let's find out. Okay, not a good chance to. Oh, I got an idea. No, Blaziken's probably adamant. It'll want to protect here. We can corkscrew crash it, go through the protect, and probably kill it after sand. Beautiful. Oh, I feel crazy for that one. And we've got Ice Fang on Arrow. I think we just go Ogerpon here, and we click Ivy Cudgel. I think that's going to be our best path to success. Okay, that almost killed, not quite, but that's fine. We can U-turn here, go into Arrow. Okay, and it wants to Giga Drain. That's totally fine. So here, let's check if we kill with Ice Fang or Fire Fang. So we're killing, not killing defensive. Ivy Cudgel, let's calc that and see. Ivy Cudgel did an amount that would indicate this is not defensively invested. So in that case, I think my best play here is to Fire Fang, because that will kill has the highest chance to hit of all moves. If Arrow misses this, okay, good. I would not have been happy if Arrow managed to miss that move. Do we go Drill on this? Do we stay in? Do we go into Ogerpon? Probably we sack Ogre. And let's SD on this. I think we Rapid Spin here. because otherwise we're going to die to a Shadow Sneak. Oh, wow. I did not think that would do that much. Okay, well, Arrow, we're locked in with the end game. Glad I put Ice Fang on this and not some other move. Fire Fang looks like it does kill, but we're going to Stone Edge first on the King Shield, and then we're going to Fire Fang and hopefully kill. Aegislash going for the Shadow Sneak, not managing to get the kill, and we win with Fire Fang. Woo! That was a heart racer. I'm happy with how I played that. I gotta say, the Zing on the Blaziken was kind of an insane play. I'm proud of that one. But yeah, Blaziken kind of just rocks us. At the same time, I'm hoping that's kind of a unique situation, because normally Scarf, Lele, and Drill can take on a lot of sweepers. I think that was more so a unique situation of just Blaziken having speed boost. And it's not a common Pokemon. So I think we can kind of ignore that as an abnormality, but we'll see what happens. Okay, this team looks like Aerodactyl food, not gonna lie. This looks good. Actually, I'm liking this. Yeah, the flying stab here just goes really hard. And then there's just Celesteela to really handle it. I think we're okay with hazard stacking and just kind of playing that game because we've got a spin blocker. Our opponent does not. So, yeah, let's just start off with Hippo. And, okay, it's going to be a Lou lead. Fine. Let's just get rocks up, and then I think we go hard into the Ogre. Okay, it's going to spike up. Let's immediately get in the Ogre. Okay, we're going to get Whirlwinded immediately. Let's bring in Ogre again. I don't think you're going to Whirlwind again there. Because Arrow can actually do decent damage to Ting-Lu. Okay, you are just going to Whirlwind again. Let's Moonblast this time. This won't do any crazy damage, but it'll do pretty good damage. Okay, and it's just going to keep clicking Whirlwind. All right, I'm going to EQ because I think this thing will Whirlwind again because that's just what it does. Okay, let's Slack Off. Okay, fine. I don't think we want to let this get chipped, so I'm going to go into Ogre on the Ruination. And let's get up a Spike, as this thing probably wants to get at... Wow, no. It just said, I'm staying in. You can't stop me. I can respect that. You know what? I respect that. Let's just kill this thing with a Corkscrew Crash. I've kind of had it with this Ting-Lu. I've kind of had it. And I don't really think we needed that for anything else. Yeah, I was fed up with the Ting-Lu. I really was. I was done with it. Didn't want to deal with it anymore. Okay, Celesteela. Honestly, I think we just Rapid Spit on this. Hopefully it's not like an offensive set. Flame Charge. Okay, that's not... Actually, we've got a Whirlwind Hippo. This will be able to handle this every day of the week. So we should be fine there. The Sand breaking Terrapagos' Terra Shift is also huge. And let's just Whirlwind. Let's just get it out of here. Oh, okay. Terrapagos probably going to be boots, though, so I guess that's not really a big win that we got, Whirlwinding it out. Okay, we get Dragonite in, though. That is nice. So probably a Z set, and we just kind of forced it onto the field earlier than it wanted to be here. We can go for another one. That is banded. Absolutely banded damage. Good to know. We'll keep that in mind. I used to say I wanted to bring in Lele, but now that with how good Lele looks, I'm actually really hesitant to bring it in. I think this is a great time for Arrow, though. So Arrow is going to get this special defense boost, and then it'll be able to threaten this thing. Yeah, see? Taking 0, and we can now just go for a big fat dual wing beat here and really mess something up. Okay, Celesteela is going to come in. I'm pretty sure Dual Wing Beat into Fire Fang will kill an offensive Celesteela. Based on that damage, I'm inclined to say we kill here. Dual Wing Beat did 24, or did 26 total. Yeah, 12 plus, yeah, it's 26. So it's probably, I'm going to say 0 bulk. Yeah. Absolutely nothing. So Fire Fang will kill here. Let's go for it and do that. Okay, and we hit, we kill. Great. We're absolutely just going to go immediately into gold on this. We do not want to let this thing spin. We're going to get frozen. That blows. Let's go into Hippowdon here so we can kind of hopefully get rid of this thing with sand. And then we're going to go sack gold. Is there any way to avoid the spin? That was brutal, honestly. That sucked. We can go underwave here. No, I don't think there's a way out of this. We sack gold here. I want the sand up when I sack gold, though. Because then I could have gone drill. Why did I have to freeze, man? Let's just let it go. Yeah, okay. We can go probably Ogre Pawn here and just hit this thing with an Ivy Cudgel is the best thing we can do. And then we can go into Hippowdon afterward. And that will probably just kill it with Sand Chip. And then we can probably win the game with Lele anyway. I hate losing our hazards, but realistically, I don't think it's a big problem for the game. Oh, we just critical hit. I forgot Wellspring's broken. That was pretty funny. As I said, we didn't need the hazards, but the hazards are nice. It's going to make this end game easier. Yeah, because we just U-turn here, obviously, into Tapu Lele. Not a big thinker there. Nothing. And we just click Psychic here. I think that should be game. Yeah, freeze should be removed. GG. I mean, normally I don't like to say an early GG, but I really don't see. I mean, yeah, there's no way you win this game here. Like, I just click Psychic to win. Pretty good performance there. And the Spadef boost did help Mega Arrow. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Solid win. Okay. I was more impressed with the team that time. I think maybe it was just an abnormal Blaziken situation. Guys, we're almost at 200 viewers. Almost at 200 viewers. Like the stream. Let's make it happen. Someone says apparently the team was on PokeAim's channel. Hopefully not my Sand team. People do sometimes accidentally build the exact same team. It's happened. Okay, Wellspring is the game plan here. Wellspring is the game plan here. Arrow doesn't look terrible either, though. With Ice Fang. This is probably a Mega Chomp. So let's calc that against we actually have pretty good chance to kill. I'm really tempted to just lead with it, but because I think it's a Mega Chomp, I don't think it's likely to lead. With that in mind, I think my lead is Wellspring. Yeah, cool. This works out well. Just gonna go for that knockoff. Really looks good against everything. That's another thing, guys. A lot of people, when they have a Pokemon that looks really good, will like shelter it and keep it in the back and not bring it out. If you've got a Pokemon that just claps your opponent's entire team, bring it out. Start swinging. Like, make things happen, you know? Let's get an Hippo on this. Hopefully a Brave Bird, but either way, it's not a catastrophic play if it's just going to U-turn out. Okay, and it will just U-turn out. I want to go Arrow on this. I'm expecting and hoping for a Mega Evo into a ground move. That's not good. We do manage to survive at least. I'm gonna go Lele on this. I think we do live a Stone Edge, although it won't be happy to take it. Okay, cool. And because of the lower speed, we can actually outspeed it here, and we can Moonblast. Yeah, that was not great though. Arrow taking all that damage, although if we can knock the Corv, we'll actually still be okay now that Garchomp has lost Rough Skin, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Scale Shot, not gonna lie. Kind of forgot about Scale Shot and how Mega Chomp does that now. Okay, it's just going to be a Corv play. Fine. What do I do? This is tough, man. I feel like I just have to click it again. Maybe get a drilled. Okay, nice critical hit. And we know the Corv's not helmet, so arrow is free to click moves, which is good too. We'll also see... Yes, it's probably one of these has got to be Smooth Rock, I'm thinking. We'll see Drill come in. It probably thought it had more turns, but forgot it was my sand that was set, not theirs. Let's just go immediately into the Ogre Pawn here. And I think I actually just... Well, actually, no, I'm going to spike up first because I think the Iron Crown's getting sacked. Okay, it did not get sacked. Let's check the damage on Moonblast. I think the Moonblast damage... Actually, let's check this. So Moonblast did 24, so that is consistent with a FizzDef set. So I'm going to knock this thing off just to help make it easier to chip in the future. And I mean, realistically, this thing's just going to click U-turn here, which will kill me or come pretty close. So let's U-turn and let's bring in gold, hopefully on the defog. Oh, we got lucky. Okay, we're not lucky, but our opponent made a strange play. And now we're going to just Thunderwave. Okay, great. It will get the U-turn though, but it's good that this thing's paralyzed. That's definitely helpful. And what do we do here? I really don't want to go arrow again. I think we have to risk it though. This is kind of going a bit rough. Thank God. Okay, good. We can Mega Evo Ice Fang here. Please arrow hit. Oh, folks, Aerodactyl. Can we get a round of applause? That's amazing what it just did there. Whew. That's a huge win. Huge, huge, huge win. That's a great turn. Okay. I really want to start making progress on this Corv, so I'm going to go Hippo because I want to set rocks up badly. I really want rocks. Hippo actually can make progress pretty well itself at this point. Yeah, this, I'm not really worried about that. Like, what are you going to click? Psychic Noise? Yeah, that's just not doing that much. I think I like Excadrill here because it's probably going to Psychic Noise me. Okay, no, just going to Tachyon again. That's fine. Let's Iron Head. That'll kill, or at least, you know, pressure. We can go gold on this every time, and we're just going to click Hex. Great damage. Okay, so this Corv is now in Fire Fang range. And we are absolutely staying in here. And we're going to go for the Focus Blast. Let's do it. Okay, wow, we hit through an iron. That's unbelievable. Have you ever seen me? You guys don't see me hit Focus Blast that often. Hitting Focus Blast under such circumstances is amazing. Enjoying the Pinka stream with my morning coffee in Japan. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that was a good win. Got a little dicey. I mean, this team doesn't feel amazing, but it's looking good. But no, I never intended to sacrifice Arrow that game. I was switching it in when I thought Earthquake would happen. Arrow has... Ooh, excuse me. Arrow has been doing well. Arrow has actually been putting in work. Let's see. Somebody says, Pink Across, do you do anything to warm up before laddering? Seriously, I've heard it takes a certain type of mindset or consistency when you try to peak ladder. Yeah, well, you don't do it like all in one session, peaking ladder. You got to get to a good elo first for you to go for it and kind of, you know, take a stab at it. And no, I don't really warm up. I just go for it. Just have fun with it. Relax. You know, it doesn't need to be a stressful thing. I'm going to lead with Ogerpon right off the bat. We're going to set spikes. Wow. This Gliscor just said, I don't care. I'm clicking Toxic immediately. Bold, but I respect it. Let's Cudgel. Okay, Pharaoh. Fair enough. What do we do here? Let's get up rocks. Okay, good. Okay, we get knocked off. All right, it's fine. Let's EQ. Hopefully we don't get power whipped. That'd be kind of lame. I don't want to lose my... Okay, we get Leech Seed. That's fine. That's acceptable. I don't want to lose my balloon with Goldengo, is the thing. Maybe there's no way around it, though. We can go into gold and click Hex pretty well. Let's just do that. Let's not waste time in the inevitable. Okay, that worked out. Let's just go for Hex. Okay, that's a good turn. I don't mind that one bit. I think it'll click the water move, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, good thing I didn't switch Ogerpon. We can just click Hex here. Honestly, Hex hits everything pretty well. Yeah, good damage on this gold. I am clicking... Well, hold on. Let's calc that first. Let me not be reckless. Because Shadow Ball has a chance to kill me here. That Hex should have done a lot more, though. So I'm guessing this is a max HP gold just like me. I might even be faster. Yeah, this is a super fat gold. Oh no, that's not good. Come on, that's upsetting. I had no way of knowing it. It's like a slightly faster than me Z gold. That's sad, but Excadrill looking really good in this in-game. So we're still probably fine, but that is a bit of a tragedy. We can go into Ogre here, though, and probably just knock. Well, let's Ivy Cudgel, because I don't want to knock a helmet for Hawthorne. Okay, we're just going to kill the gold. Fine, that works. Thank you very much, O'Banion, for the $10. Really appreciate it. And he says, Terra water my wrist, Aerodactyl. I'm confused about the comment, but thank you very much for the donation. I don't think we need any more spikes. I feel like we're good on that. Now, we need to be careful about how we use sand, though, for sure. Let's Ivy Cudgel and just see what this thing wants to do. Gyro Ball, that's its weapon of choice. Okay. With that in mind, knowing that this is Gyro Ball, how much is an Excadrill taking? Gyro Ball. Does sand make it take more from Gyro Ball? It does. That's not good. Do we go Exca here? I think we do. And I'm going to SD here, because that covers the Gliscor coming in, and it covers Pharaoh staying in. And I think I can Rapid Spin here. Hopefully not Helmet, but I guess what else would it be if it's not? Ooh, I don't like that. But we do get freed. Oh, I forgot about this. I'm so dumb. I forgot about the speed boost. Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad, folks. I think I've thrown the game. Actually, no, Lele can do this. That was pretty bad, though. I must admit. I did not think about how the speed boost would change that Gyro Ball calc at all. At least we hit. That's good. Gliscor is going to come out. Let's Ice Fang it right immediately. It might not try to scout. We'll see. Yeah, that was not good with that X-Ghost sequence, though. Okay, we Ice Fang the Gliscor. I am so glad I did not run Dragon Dance. Can you guys imagine Dragon Dance? How bad that would have been here? Wow. Whew. Near regrets, I tell ya. Okay, I feel like we just go Wellspring here every time. Because if it clicks a fighting move, then we win with Lele, right? So I'm always going Wellspring here. Ice Spinner. Okay, I can respect that, I guess. But we just go Hippo here. Because it's got to be Scarf, right? Like, how much is a Scarf Shifu Ice Spinner doing to a Hippo? Not that much. Yeah, not much. We're just going to let Sand kill this. Cool. I think we sack the arrow, potentially. I think that's the move. sack arrow to whatever nasty things the Pex wants to do. That's fine. We can let it die here, and then we just go Lele after this. Okay, T-Spike is annoying, but we're still fine. I hope I haven't thrown this. Let's check that Stone Edge damage. That's Spadef, which is not good. That's not really what we want to see. Probably should have just maybe clicked EQ. We could Whirlwind out the Diancie. No, I'm not planning on trying out Mariamon. I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't sound particularly interesting. I don't really like the trendy new metas. They don't have, they're just, they don't interest me much. How much is a Lele doing to a Spadef Pex? That's relevant info here. Okay, we're doing enough. That's definitely doing enough. How much is a Hippo EQ doing? We're two-shotting. So I really should have just clicked like immediate EQ. Probably, but... But yeah, let's just sack and then go Lele. Let's stick with the original plan. Probably not Baneful last. The only bad news would be Baneful last. Okay, and we just get scalded, killed. Cool. So I think my opponent kind of actually threw there by doing that. We're just gonna Psychic. Okay, we kill. Yeah, we're fine. We're gonna Psychic here, and then Hippo can absolutely take down a Diancie if Lele doesn't outright kill, which it does because it gets a critical hit. GG. Okay. I was a little too worried about this end game. Am I planning on building our Mega Pinsir in the future? Absolutely. I love Mega Pinsir. Mon is so cool. Yeah. Someone asked what my fave fish is. What is my favorite fish? Good question. I don't really like fish as far as eating goes, but as far as like just swimming about in the ocean, which ones I think are cool? I feel like I had one. I had something. What fish do I like? What fish do I like? I mean, I guess sharks are sharks fish? I forget. I forget. Is this Trishula? Because it says Calamity is leaving. 1600s. Okay, well, we'll do our best here. No. Depending on the Gambit set, Lele could be good here. I do really like Wellspring. Just generally, clicking Ivy Cudgel looks good. Never be able to drink your favorite drink, or never... Oh, definitely drink. I only drink, like, water and milk. I do not have an interesting drinking life. So, yeah, like, my favorite drink is, I guess, like, apple juice. Losing that really wouldn't do that much to me. But, yeah, no, not being able to eat fried chicken, that would be rough. Sharks are fish. In that case, I really like what's that shark? Like the Mako shark that can swim super fast? Those are pretty cool. That's probably my favorite fish. I also really like those flat ones, the fish that just like lie on the bottom of the ocean. Those are pretty cool. Let's lead with Ogerpon. Okay, that's a good start. I'm gonna Ivy Cudgel. Or do we set up a spike? There's no removal. Let's set up a spike. I feel like that's going to be a more reliable move here. In case the Keldeo stays in as we cudgel. Okay, Okay, we spike up. I'm just gonna click knock here. That seems fine. Okay, it's Scarf. Don't love the critical hit, but I like getting that off. And probably I'm just gonna Cudgel here. I think Cudgel will be better than knock off here. Getting rid of that is nice. It's going to make rapid spinning a lot easier down the line. Apple juice is peak, for real. Love apple juice. How much is Hippo taking from a knockoff? Kind of a lot, dang. Let's spike up, because that way if we get Pursuited or Sucker, it kind of covers both. Okay, I think that was a good mid-ground. I'm happy with that. Yeah, can we go Arrow and kill this thing with a Fire Fang? That's a... It's like, oh, that's not a great chance to kill if it's max HP, but let's calc that Ivy Cudgel and see if this thing is indeed max HP. Yeah, that would be consistent with a max HP set, so we can't do that. That's the thing, like, actually, oh, but we got, yeah, because we got our freaking gold, so we can go into Hippo and click Rock here. I love having a defog blocker. Busted. Let's go gold now. Okay, we just get you turned on, fair enough. But, like, what do you go into now? Floorfish would be a pretty good Pokemon name. I guess it kind of would. Gold comes in and dies to hazards. Great move. Not really sure what that was about. I think that's just a 1600s play. I mean, actually, I've done that too, though. I think we've all accidentally switched them on into die by hazards, but that's actually specifically why I wanted to set rocks and one more layer of spikes, is because it would kill gold on entry. And now there's nothing to switch in and block a rapid spin. Not that like we're really hurting for removal right now, but you know. Okay, I'm just, because I don't think we even died to a banded knockoff. Like regular T-Tar, Adamant, plus, because that's banded damage, basically. That's not killing. I'm going to click Focus Blast. A Mega T-Tar Pursuit, is that killing us? No, not a +1. It's not killing us, so we could get out of here semi-safely. I feel like the play is just a Focus Blast. I feel like it's got to be. Okay, we miss, kind of unfortunate, but we can go for it again, is the nice thing. And we outspeed, which is good too. I think we actually survive. No, we don't survive a knockoff here. Will our Focus Blast kill? Yes, it will. Or likely. Yeah, because that probably doesn't have HP. Okay, we hit this time. We don't kill, actually. Wow. Okay, unfortunate, obviously. Not how you wanted that to go. Not how I wanted that to go, rather. Probably, if you like me, you didn't want it to go that way for me either. But let's go Arrow here. Yeah, Arrow here looks good. And we can just go for I think Fire Fang is solid here. Wish we had some ability that could prevent... I wish like this thing got like... I don't know. I think the boosted accuracy. Let's go for the Ice Fang. We do not get the kill. Is the defog going to come off? Probably. Yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's go for it again. Kingambit wants to come in. Okay. Fallen. I don't think we are killing with the Fire Fang. No, we are not. However, I feel like we probably still go for it. And then we probably try to go for the win with Drill. Or maybe Lele. Lele actually can probably just win this game here. Does it have enough damage to kill Gambit with an AV set? Not quite yet. So let's just go for the Fire Fang and put this into guaranteed Lele range. Okay, and it's going to Pursuit. Even better. Even better. Okay. That in mind, I think we preserve this. Let's go Hippo. And if they cash the switch, then we go Lele. And we just click Moonblast. Okay, we get Pursuited. Fine. Actually, no. I think we should go Hippo and Rock up first. Because then we can guaranteed win with Lele. Unless it's like a Scarf Keldeo. That could be a little bit annoying. No, I think just right away Lele Moonblast is the best move here. Okay, there we go. That's one. If D-Knight comes in, we can go Hippo and Whirlwind. I think that's the move there. Yeah, for sure, that's the move. Yeah, because that'll break the multi-scale, and I don't think... Yeah, and if it goes for a Z move, we can then just go Lele and finish it off too, because we'll outspeed. So yeah, hard Hippo on the D-Knight is the play. If that's what comes in. If Keldeo comes in, can it kill me with like a Scarf flip turn into an attack? I don't think it can. It'll need a little bit more, but I don't think we can let Keldeo flip on me twice. So I think I'll have to do something a little different if Keldeo comes in and tries to flip twice, because I don't want to end up losing to a water move. Oh, somebody says, did you answer my... No, I wouldn't say I keep streaming and life separate. I often talk about what's going on in my life. Somebody asked about my job field. What? No. Okay, I don't know what that was. Let's Moonblast. Okay, it's not flip turn at all. I don't know what the plan was there. Immediately into Hippo, and we're gonna Whirlwind, as I said. It's Whirlwind right away. If it hits us with a big Z move and kills us with something, then we can go Lele and we'll finish it off. Yeah, but we're just gonna Whirlwind, get it right out of there. Do not want to deal with that. Can Excadrill kill D-Knight with big Steelium? Close. Let's just bring in Drill here. Okay, we get EQ'd, fine. And then we'll go into this and we'll Moonblast. And then Dragonite now without its, without any bulk on it is just going to drop. Cool. Solid win there, GG. Let's see what elo we're at now. We're at what? Okay, we're at number 11. Yeah, number 11. Not bad. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break while this searches. All right, I have returned. Yeah, so I'm in right now I'm in electrical engineering, and I'm hoping to work in solar. And no, my piss is not neon green. It's a nice, you know, nearly clear, because I keep well hydrated. Okay. This is such a weird team. Like, I don't know what to say. Arrow looks amazing, though. Holy crap. Kind of want to just start with Ogerpon, honestly. Let's just do that. It looks pretty good against everything. Let's knock off immediately. Worst case, we get freeze dried, but that probably won't kill. And we can knock off and get rid of the light clay. Let's see. We do get freeze dried. We survive. We don't get frozen. Amazing. Let's go hard hippo, because I don't want to potentially U-turn on a Rocky Helmet Corv. Okay, we get hit with that again. I'm just going to EQ in case the Hatterene wants to come in. Actually, no. So either the Hatterene comes in or the Gliscor comes in here. I feel like we can cover that better. Okay, no, I just EQ'd and it worked. Let's go for it again. Actually, I kind of want to go drill. No, drill's not good here. Do we rock here? Let's do it. Surely you don't. Well, you might dekiss. All right, I guess we should have stuck to our guns on that, but I'll rock up here. If Hatterene comes in, we go hard drill. Okay, wow. Curse, bro. I don't even know what to say. We're gonna whirlwind you out of here, but that's something. Curse. Yeah, I don't see the vision there, honestly. I do not see the vision there. Okay, though. Probably Arrow can come in here. Arrow's not going to die to a freeze dry. Not even going to die to a blizzard, I don't think. Yeah, so we can just go Arrow here. Get that Mega active. Put pressure on the opponent. You know, they're not going to click an attack, though, I don't think. I think they'll just set screens. Yeah, or set Veil, I mean. And we can just Stone Edge here. Can we kill with a different move? I don't think we can. We're going to have to collect the Stone Edge. Let's do it. Gliscor's going to come in. Okay, we're going to go immediately for an Ice Fang. Won't kill through screens, but it'll do a good chunk. And I don't think the Gliscor can hit us very hard. Okay, we critical hit immediately and kill it. Arrow has been putting in insane work today, guys. This is so surprising. Like, I don't know what to say, honestly. I really don't. That's not good. But we can just whirlwind this out. This whirlwind Hippowdon has been clutch too. Yeah, let's slack off here. Going for the... I respect the double Brave Bird and hoping for the crit. I really do. Let's go for... Well, do we want to slack off? Let's slack off again. Let's keep Elfie and kind of get a read on what this is. I'm guessing... Yeah, bulk up. Makes sense. We can whirlwind it out now. So team is currently 5-0. Yeah, that did a chunk, but Corv not looking super healthy, which is great. Let's go Arrow here again. Okay, Veil. This time we can go for Fire Fang, so let's do that. We also haven't missed a move with Arrow today, too, which is kind of amazing. Fire... Are we going to kill? This is a special Corv. Or calm. I mean, that's not what it is, but... Let's go for it. Why not? I don't think we die to an Iron Head, so like, why wouldn't we? Okay, and Corv's just gonna Brave Bird and take itself out. Wow. It's crazy that how threatening this arrow is, even though screens are up. They're gonna go Volcarona. That's insane. Fully banking on us missing here. So Stone Edge will obviously kill. I'm actually gonna go Hippo on this though. Just because I have no reason to risk this miss, and I think it's just going to be way safer this way, because we can Excadrill this endgame. The only way we really lose this, realistically, is risking the miss. As crazy as it seems to like switch out an Aerodactyl and a Volcarona, we have no reason to take risks at this stage. Yeah, we're going to Whirlwind it out, and we're going to kill the Alola. For some reason, that Alola Tails was just like a magnet for Whirlwinds. It's unfortunate. Don't I just Earthquake this? Like, I don't really know what the plan was there. Yeah, okay. We can slack off before we Whirlwind, I guess. Yeah, I don't think, like, even a Bugsy is... Holy crap. Okay, I should have clicked Whirlwind there. So, my bad. But we're probably still fine. Okay, cool. There's no way Bugsy killed there. My God, Z moves are insane, man. Wow. Really makes you think. Anyway. Let's go Wellspring, just so there's no funny business. And, okay, let's Ivy Cudgel. Let's go Hippo, and then just into Drill. Yeah. And how much are we doing to a Volcarona with Excadrill, with EQ? More than enough. Okay. And we outspeed Volcarona at +1, right? Because +1 Volk is hitting 492. Yeah, and we are at 550. So let's just Corkscrew Crash here. Kill that, and then we just double EQ. Yep, EQ. Okay, good defensive set, but good damage still. And that'll kill. We outspeed here, even if it was absolute max. So that is good game. Maybe like Custap could save you here, but then Lele would No, I guess Lele does get outsped. So okay, GG. Solid win. The Ice Fang is absolutely the move. I have been convinced today I'm an Ice Fang believer. You gotta run Ice Fang on your arrows. And we are at number 6 from that win. That's kind of insane. I think if we won more, we'd actually probably be top 3. Ladder is very deflated, but Dr. Dreco is still really high up. Question, do you have a Dark Spam team that could do well on Natex's ladder? Maybe there is such a team. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have such a team. Is there a huge delay? Not a huge delay, but a delay of about a minute. So I don't get stream sniped quite as easily. Yeah. Do I prefer Hippo over T-Tar? Generally, no. I think T-Tar is better, particularly in OU. I think T-Tar is better. In SVOU, I think Hippo is really bad. But in Nat decks on this particular team, I do prefer Hippo, yes. So, Marrow looks kind of nice here. As does Wellspring. This matchup as a whole, though, is pretty awkward because we never really added a Lopunny answer. We kind of just like said, oh, you know, we can kind of deal with it. Like we never dealt with Lopunny. We never really dealt with it. Yeah, okay. So let's lead with Arrow here. Okay. And let's just do a Wing Beat. I think that's a reasonable start. Okay. Fair. Now you definitely go into Lou or Gold here. So I'm going to go into Ogerpon. You don't stay in here and get dual Wing Beat. You just don't do it. Okay, yeah, as I thought. Let's get up Spikes. Molt's going to come in. Okay, I'm Ivy Cudgeling. Okay, Wellspring, fine. Let's U-turn. Okay, I get the slow turn. That's unfortunate. Molt comes in. That blows, honestly. That sucked. That sucked, yeah. Okay, let's go Ogerpon on this again. And let's U-turn this time. Okay, good damage. Obviously not what I was hoping for, though. We can go Hippo and get up our own rocks. Molt's going to come in. Maybe try to defog here, potentially. It's kind of awkward. Let's bring in Ogerpon, and we can Spike here. I really want this Moltres dead, but I can't. I don't think there's anything I can do to make that happen at a pace I'm happy with, at least. Let's U-turn into Hippo here and get up rocks. Oh, that was a great U-turn. I'm always happy with damage on Lop. And let's go Lele here. Let's find out what set Molt is. So Molt here... How much did Molt take from an Ogerpon? Ogerpon U-turned on it, right? Yeah, U-turned on Moltres for 6. That is special. So we're probably going to see a Molt come in here. Molt or Lou, so we just go Ogerpon again. Okay, interesting. Let's go Hippo. Okay, fair enough. Let's see, Power Whip probably going to kill me here, so let's go Gold. Okay, just going to get knockoff. Obviously not ideal, but I can T-Wave here. Okay, good U-turn by the good U-turn. Yeah, gotta respect that. That's not good. Okay, let's go Hippo. Can set our own rocks. Get Ruinationed. Yeah, makes sense. Go for EQ here. Okay, good EQ. Got a lot of damage off there. Probably going to get hit with a water move. Wonder if I can go Lele and force this thing out with a Psychic. No, it doesn't look like it. Let's go for an EQ. Okay, this thing has going to have Scald last. Let's go Lele this turn on the Scald. And Psychic, I guess. I think that's probably our best move. Okay, good. We kill that. Arrow is now looking legitimately threatening, now that this Tinglu's chipped down a little bit. Will Hippo die to a Make It Rain? Based on the Focus Blast calc, I don't think so. 6.3, and it's probably not going to be like Specs or go for a Z move here. So I think we can go Hippo here. Okay, it'll just recover. Obviously a Z Make It Rain will kill. Do I think it's Z? It could be Fight Z too, though, is the thing. I don't want to lose sand, though. Let's slack off. Okay, it clicks Z. Okay, unfortunate. It is what it is. Let's go Drill. We can SD here, and if the Molt comes in, we're absolutely hitting it with that big Steel. Yeah, for sure. No question about it. Big Steel always comes off here. And I think Moltres might die to this because it's special. Yeah, okay, it does. Cool. We're going to, I think, go Lele every time here. I think, like, you always click Fake Out here. Yeah, cool. And can I kill Gold if it comes in here with Hidden Power? I can, so I'm going to go for HP Fire. Okay. Roll. Max HP. 56%. We go for it, obviously. We don't get it. That blows. But I think we're still fast enough that we should be able to win this game, okay? Maybe. It's going to take some, like, kind of tricky doubles, but we should be fine. I think we can sack Ogerpon here pretty easily. Always just go Marrow here and click Dual Wing Beat. If it's going to be Fake Out Quick Attack is the trouble. I think we have to go Drill here. The tricky thing is I want to bring Drill into Spin, because then we guaranteed win. But I think my opponent knows that, and they're going to EQ here to block me from doing that. But if we sack Gold, then that would work. Yeah. I'm going to hope it's going to go for that, and I'll sack Gold here to the EQ, hopefully. It Ruination. I was hoping it would not Ruination, but it did. Well played. Okay, we can... I don't think you risk bringing in the Lop. We can T-Wave here, honestly. I think that's good. Oh, okay. Cool. I think that was a throw. Because I'm pretty sure I now win with Arrow guaranteed. I don't think Fake Outs do enough from Lopunny. Maybe I just totally threw that. But no, yeah, Fake Out's doing like... Oh, but it gets a Ruination off. I totally screwed that up. I think it now does do enough. But Ice Fang does more and has a chance to freeze, so let's go for that. Yeah, but no, I totally messed that up. I think it does too much now with Fake Out plus Quick Attack. Yeah, I should have Focus Blasted with Gold. That was the real mistake there. Yeah, if it has Quick Attack, which it ought to, it'll kill now. We do kill with Ice Fang, though, so I actually shouldn't be clicking that. So what are we feeling like? Doesn't matter. Let's go for Fire Fang. Feeling spicy. Some of them do run Triple Axle, though. It is a set. But yeah, I messed this end game up for sure. Oh, critical hit. That's kind of annoying. Did you have Q attack? Okay. Yeah, so what I should have done was just Focus Blasted with Gold on the Lu instead of the T-Wave. I totally forgot about Ruination. Just kind of a logical miscalculation in the end game there. It happens. Yeah, just totally forgot about it. I think I would have had enough health if I just attacked the Ting-Lu with Excadrill, actually. And was it in range earlier of Ice Fang? Yeah, I didn't think about that either. I played that endgame terribly, honestly. Yeah, because it was in range of Ice Fang, wasn't it? After the dual wing beat, I think. Yeah, let's see. Sometimes I play too fast, get a little impatient, and make some non-optimal plays. It's been known to happen. But let's see. Yeah, it would have, I think, died there. No, that was in the high range. No, that was not. It wouldn't have died. So I didn't mess up that badly, but I did mess up a little bit. Okay. Let's see. This is interesting. I'm inclined to just start with Marrow here. Okay, it's going to be a Clefable lead. Interesting. I don't want to get T-Waved immediately, so I'm going to go into Hippo. Okay, Moonblast, that's fine. Let's get up Rocks. Rocks look very... Hippo looks very good here in general. Based on that set, I feel pretty comfortable going immediately into Drill, and I want to SD here. How much are we doing with Z? Let's SD again. Let's see what this is, because some of these just don't have Body Press. Let's do the big corkscrew thing. Okay, gonna get it down to 2%, and it'll click U-turn to get out. Okay. Be a shame if we managed to let this thing come back, but we're gonna do our best not to let that happen. Garchomp comes in. Let's go immediately into Arrow. Surely you click a ground move there. Okay, we're gonna Ice Fang. Arrow's gonna hit, not get the kill though. And we're going to survive a Draco because we're just built like that. And let's do a wing beat for the incoming Clefable. Hopefully it's not Helmet. Okay, that did not do that much. But okay, let's go Hippo here, and I'm just gonna go for the Rocks. If Corv comes in, so be it. Okay, it's gonna be Garchomp. So Corv is officially dead, or not dead, but you know, it's going to be dead. I think I like Wellspring here. Wellspring handles every move, and it can just U-turn out, which is nice. Do I want to set spikes? No, I don't think we do. That's a bit much. We can just U-turn here, and we can bring in Excadrill, which smokes everything. This has been a dominant game. This is rough. Like, my opponent, I think, is totally cooked here. There's so many ways they can lose this game, and I don't see a single way they can win. Yeah, no, this is not going to be enough. Let's Iron Head. I mean, like, clever switching, but I mean, it's not gonna do it long term. Okay, let's. Does Hippo ever die to a Blacephalon hit? But okay, Specs Overheat looking like it will do it. So what's our most useless Pokemon at this point? I honestly don't think Arrow's handy. Let's get rid of that. Okay, Flamethrower, and that damage is scarfed. with that information, we can go safely into Hippo here. And now we can sack Arrow. Then we can go Drill, and we can EQ. I think just sacking Pokemon plus Drill will do fine for us this game. Let's get up a spin on this. Does Blaze live in incoming Ironhead? No. So let's Ironhead here. This is just to cover that our opponent predicting the double spin. Yep, they tried to, which is good playing. I would have also gone into Blaze there, but we cover those. What can I say? Yeah, we just EQ this. Very few Glowking are going to live that. Yeah. GG. A valiant effort, but this was once the Corv was dead to entry hazards, that was it. Getting up rocks is funny. I agree with that though. Gotta set hazards always. Okay, that went pretty well. So I think at what do we end at? 1870. So we went 7-1. Some misplaying for sure in that last game. Should not have played the way I did against Lou. Had we not got, if the crit happened, it wouldn't have mattered, but had I played better against the Tinglu and not gotten critical hit, I think we would have won against the Lopunny had I maneuvered that last game a little bit better. So yeah, this was a really fun stream. Arrow did super well. I was honestly really happy with how this team performed. Like, I feel like now I know we were kind of playing a bunch of low ladder players or like mid ladder players, but at the same time, mid ladder players, they're not bad, and eventually you'll get matchupped on if your team isn't solid, but this team actually was consistently performing pretty well, being pretty scary, and Arrow itself was incredible. I mean, the fast Pokemon with this coverage was really putting in the work, and I feel like this combination of this back, the team having this hazard stack element to deal with those fatter teams, like with this hazard stack plus gold plus a Wellspring, and this SD Excadrill, with this for the more faster paced teams, was not bad at all. So let's take a vote here. We can maybe try Terapagos next time, because I feel like this team is pretty near optimal. I didn't have issues with it. So let's see. Marrow Part 2. Let's see what the people say about Marrow Part 2. But yeah, this was cool. This was honestly really fun. Really fun to play. Really fun to, this was a great stream. I had a great time, at least. I hope you did too. Oh, sub if you haven't subbed, also. Not a high voting percentage on Marrow Part 2. Maybe we can kind of call Marrow done. Perhaps there's really not much more that needs to be done with Marrow. I definitely wouldn't mind picking it up again. There's not as much support for a Part 2 as usual, but it is still a strong majority. So let's say there will indeed be a Marrow. Actually, okay, it's going up now as more votes come in. Okay, I hear you. There shall be a Marrow Part 2 at some point. Surprised there aren't more votes, honestly, but let's call it there. Okay, there shall be a Marrow Part 2. Thank you very much for attending. This was super fun, and yeah, nothing else to really say. This was great. Yeah, okay. 7-1, good end. Let's end this here. Not gonna end early, gonna end in 3, 2, 1.